Here. Wear your shades.
Can we put these on?
Yeah. Hey, it's Nicole here with James the Cool Boy.
Vivian Smalls.
That's such a badass name, by the way.
Such a badass name. Friend of ours, creator, director, editor, all the things.
I met her, I guess once with you in Nashville at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw Vivian post some content, I think I just followed her on Instagram, and she posted a video about a Nashville boat show, like at a convention center where a bunch of boats are in a room.
Yeah.
And she was hired as a creator to go promote that event.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw that video and she did a great job and I thought she was really interesting. And ironically, I was in the market for a boat. So I bought one. I went to the convention center downtown.
Yeah, you were like, wow, there's actually a boat show? Crazy.
Like, I'm on the market for a boat. I didn't know there are boat shows. I'm going downtown Nashville to the convention center and I want to look at all of them. And I did. And I found one. And then I bought a boat. And
wild.
Yeah, super wild. And then I got to thinking, if this creator can make me actually go spend that amount of money, that's interesting to me. And I have an agency. I'm going to figure out how to work with this girl. And I think I'm excited to tell this story because this is, I think, a good picture of collaboration. There's a lot of people trying to figure out how to make a living as a creator. And so I think just there's all these like processes and here's like, but I think sometimes the most interesting ways to watch it all unfold is by hearing stories, right? And I think this is a really good one. And so anyway, so you hire her to go make a video. I see the video, I buy a boat, and I pull her into Jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And you're doing some social media work on an account for Celebrity Cruises, which is like really big boats.
Yeah, yeah. There's giant cruise ships. I pulled her into some stuff with Celebrity Cruises, and we had her do this prototype video where she just tells a story about a location and a ship that is one of the destinations. And it's just her voice, and we threw some captions on it. But it's like an interesting story about a location, not just a, hey, here, you know, this place is warm and nice, but like interesting things.
Yeah.
And so that's a campaign that we're running. But one of the things that people said more than once was, wow, I really like her voice. And it's like she's great on camera, but it's like just the amount of ways that her voice can be utilized.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So for real, I mean, like, let's cut to Vivian right now so they can hear her voice.
I am at the 2023 Nashville Boat Show, and I don't know a darn thing about boats, except that I want one. And here's the thing. If I'm going to get a boat, I'm going to get the best boat. As I walked around the 2023 Discover Boating Nashville Boat Show presented by Progressive, I unsurprisingly saw a lot of boats. But what I didn't see was any signage indicating the best one. I was going to have to go to the source. First, I spoke to a man named Chad Matthews with Centurion. I don't know a darn thing about boats, so I am here trying to determine what is the best boat.
The best boat, you're looking at the Centurion boats.
Okay. He was nice, but after uncovering his apparent bias, I was unsure if I could trust him, so I went to get another opinion. Next, I spoke to Cameron, who told me which boat is best for which activity, but not which boat is best overall. I found a boat guy. What is your name?
My name is Cameron. Booze crews kind of hang out, I would say pontoon. Then they have kind of bow rider style boats that are like basically like a pontoon but in fiberglass form. And then you have the wake boats that are for people that want to be in the water, surfing, wakeboarding, hanging out with the family.
Still no closer to the boat of my dreams, I asked one more person for advice, Craig Odom. Which is the best boat?
Ranger is the best bass boat, of course.
Okay. He said of course, like it was obvious. And he had told me the best bass boat, but didn't offer to take me fishing, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. While I hate to admit defeat, sometimes you just can't crack a case. Maybe there really is no best boat, and it all depends on what you want. But I don't know what I want. Besides, of course, to drive a boat. So I'll have to think about it, and come back next year.
Oh, I love the way she sounds. And so I guess, like, let's explore that because I think this is such a good example of how to build a universe.
Yeah.
So I think you know where I'm going. Play along with me.
Yeah, please.
Okay. We know people like Vivian's voice. When you make content as a creator, you can do voiceovers, you can be the talent speaking. So at the bare minimum, Vivian can begin selling her voice in that way. But if Vivian really were to build this like brand around her voice truly and truly explored how other ways she could sell her voice, that could translate into Vivian's opinions, her voice on that matter, which by the way, she's very opinionated and has a lot of like, I mean, but in a great way. She's Gen Z. She stands for shit. And, you know, so Vivian can sell her voice and back the brands and the ideas that she believes in. Vivian could build a community of people who just like really want to connect with her, right? So she could sell voicemails, like this, right?
Let me do your voicemail, and like she's all over the country with like, amazing.
Yeah, and then brands start to like get more interested in collaborating with her, and so then, you know, maybe she becomes the voice of a hotline. Right. Maybe she becomes the voice of, you know, the onboarding tutorial, like literally anything, right?
Yep.
And this and so what's like so crazy about the time we live in right now, if you are creative enough and ambitious enough and willing to put yourself out there, you can literally say this thing about me is unique and special, and I like sharing it with the world, and the sky is the limit.
Sky's the limit, and you can build a career around it.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yep.
Yeah, the ability to, like, you know, and that's what's fun, right, is it allows for exploration to happen within just a human. It allows them to kind of be an artist, but they can pick a very specific thing to be an artist in.
Oh, yeah.
And monetize that very specific thing. But if they want to expand, then all of a sudden they're like, Vivian's like, well, I was maybe, you know, theoretically she was just doing her voice, and then she's like, well, let me show my face. And then let me do this, and let me create brands. Then let me. Like, it's truly endless as far as this whole thing goes, because it's attention. You can attract eyeballs on these platforms, and then you can do something with them. And all the platforms are becoming the same thing. The internet exists, and it's just the new versions of ABC and NBC and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. They'll all be the exact same thing. They're becoming the exact same thing. But like,
they're channels for our new favorite TV shows, which are humans.
Which are humans. Just watching the humans. Exactly.
Yep.
And realizing that that's all it is makes the thing a little less scary, in my opinion. Yeah. You're just like, oh, it's distribution platforms, and there's like best practices and the trends and all that. But like, it's storytelling. It's stories. It's being as human as possible. And whether it's just for an artistic process or you want to build a career around it, it's like, it's there for you.
Yep.
That was 10 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. That's been my whole week.
I love it.
Yeah.